Chicago's police superintendent wants an officer accused of dragging a black woman by her hair and kneeling on her neck during that incident to be fired. It all happened in May of 2020 during the George Floyd protests when Mia Wright was a passenger in a car that drove to a mall parking lot, not realizing it was closed because of the looting that was going on in the city. Chicago cops surrounded the car thinking that they were looters and smashed the vehicle's windows. You're looking at video footage of what's going on that we're talking about right now. Officer David Luskis allegedly pulled Mia Wright from the car by her hair and put his knee on her neck. Wright says that she was left blind in one eye, flying glass caused by officers breaking the window. Superintendent David Brown filed disciplinary charges against the officer this month. Now it's up to the Chicago Police Board to decide what happens to him as a result. Meanwhile, Wright and 3 other relatives who were in the car have filed federal civil rights lawsuits against the cop and Chicago police. They've already been approved for $1.6 million settlement by the state. So just a quick update, because I thought that they all were going to get $1.6 million because it was 4 people in the car. Right. So the way that it's going to break down here is with that $1.67 million, Mia Wright, who is mainly the woman who, experienced the most loss, she's going to get $650,000. The other 4 people who are in the car are going to get $243,000 apiece. So I don't know if, money is, you could say that we could get more money for it. But at the end of the day, wouldn't it just be nice if you didn't have to go through this? But I will say, during those times, I was personally staying away from any and everywhere during the George Floyd protests because it was insane, and especially in Chicago. I've read so many stories from my friends who have businesses. It was really like a war zone going on in Chicago and in other cities, but I know in Chicago specifically, it was wild. And so, not justifying these police officers here, but I know I was trying to stay as far away from anything as possible during those times.
Yeah, this was my first time even seeing that video. And the way they surrounded her car, the way they pulled her out of the car. I mean, what happened to innocent until proven guilty here? Like, to walk up to someone's car like that and immediately use your baton to start hitting the windows and pulling people out of their car. I don't care what you thought they were doing. They had not done anything yet. So that right there is the problem within itself. Like, they could have been, she could have been getting off of work. She could have been picking up her child from daycare. Like, I don't know what's in that shopping center, but immediately walking up to the car and start beating on the window and breaking glass? Come on now.
It's not someone else's driveway. It's a shopping center. And when I look at that video, it takes me back to the Rodney King beating, how it took so many officers, to get involved into this situation. And then again, if you're aware of thinking they're out there looting or you're not sure what's going on, wait till they exit the vehicle. Maybe the police can keep their distance and say, please exit the vehicle quietly. But no, they took it into their own hands literally, and we saw what happened. And now they have to cut another check to another black family and family members. Who has to pay that, though? It's the taxpayers. It's the taxpayers. I mean, it's not the officers at some point. You know what I'm saying? We know our officers are not bad, but at some point they have to be responsible all the way through.
Right. The behavior, dragging her by her hair,
it's horrible.
The knee and the neck, that is just a signature move.
Yeah,
we talk about it more and more.
Absolutely. My only, you guys know that I'm always devil's advocate here for a second. My only thing is that I remember vividly, people were literally calling friends up, right? And saying, hey, we're going to go in Target. We're going to bust down Target. Hey, come up here, come up here. So I feel like also, too, you see what's going on in the news, and this is not to me. This is just, if this ever happens again, soulmates. If you see something that's going on, stay away from it. A lot of times we like to go into the action, see what's going on, see, how parents say we don't know if fat meat is greasy. Stay away from it, because also too, sometimes we put ourselves in situations to be also, I don't know. It sounds really bad,
I
but
I hear what you're saying.
I stayed as far
still
away as possible. It's just like you see that people are running out of the
store with
bags. Don't go towards it.
But that's different, right? So if they were looting, if there was actual looting, because I didn't see any looting in that video. So if there was actual looting, if people were fighting, absolutely stay away from that. But as a black citizen, I should be able to drive anywhere that I want. Okay. You should not just assume that I'm a looter because there's 4 black people in a car. Like I have rights too. You know what I mean?
The only chaos I saw was the police dragging them out of the car.
That is the only chaos taking place in that video.